Assalamu alaikum and good morning, students. You all are welcome back after your spring break, and I hope that you have enjoyed your holidays in a very good way. So, now let's start our studies again together. And as you can see on your screens, that today we are going to do a written work from our Unit 10 Stories from Mughal Times, and the subtopics are Noor Jahan and Tigers and Hunting in Mughal Times. These are from textbook pages 63 and 64, and we are going to do the written work from these pages because we have done the reading in our previous lesson before our spring break. Reading we have done, and now today we are going to do a written task. But first of all, we will take a quick recap about these two topics. First of all, we will discuss our learning objective for today, that students will be able to tell about Mughal kings and queens. As we have read about the three Mughal kings, those were Babur, Humayun, and Jahangir. And the Mughal queen Noor Jahan, we have read about her. And today we will reinforce these about these kings and queens through a written task. But first of all, as we have discussed, that we will take a quick recap of these pages. So now let's start it. As we have read in the previous lesson, that Jahangir was the fourth Mughal king, and he was the grandson of King Humayun, who was the second Mughal king, and the first was the Babur. And Noor Jahan was his wife. Noor Jahan was King Jahangir's wife. She was a very courageous woman of that time. She was very fond of sports, and hunting was her favorite sport. We have read about this also, that once she went for hunting with her husband Jahangir, and she killed four tigers within 6 shots, as you have remembered, when she was sitting on a moving elephant. And then after that, we have read that Noor Jahan was a very powerful queen of Mughal times, and she helped a lot Jahangir when he ruled the subcontinent Indo-Pak. She assisted him, and she did a lot of work in those times. As we have also read that in those times, the powerful woman or the woman in the working field were not very common, as nowadays we can see that women are leading in every field of life. But in those times this thing was extremely rare. But Noor Jahan was the powerful queen of that time, that even she was involved in the government tasks also, and she was assisting the king Jahangir in that times. In the Mughal era, we have read about that hunting was a common sport in ancient time, in the Mughal times, and people killed a lot of animals for meat or skin or for other uses, or just as a sport. As I have told you, that hunting was a very common sport in the Mughal times, so people killed a lot of animals in that way. But presently, in modern times, some animals have become endangered. Endangered means, we have already discussed it, but as the reinforcement, those animals who are about to finish from the face of the earth, who are left very in a very short quantity, those are called the endangered animals, like tigers or markhor or pandas. These all animals are have become the endangered, and the whole world is trying to protect them. The whole world is trying to protect these animals, that those who are left in a very minimum quantity, they should live properly, and we should take care about them. And here we have done the quick recap of our textbook pages 63 and 64. And now we are going to do our written task. So please, all of you, take out your social studies notebooks and hold your pencils in your hands, and please sharp your pencils before your task. And now we are going to start our written task. First of all, as you all have remembered, that we will write down our today's date and day. And your today's day is Tuesday. Please keep T of Tuesday capital. Write down from the corner of your page and keep your handwritings neat and tidy. Then you will write down classwork in the middle like always, and C of classwork will be capital. And then at the end you will write down today's date, that is 30th March. Then you will put a comma and then 2021. This is the pattern of your today's written day, and I hope you will write down it in a proper way and keep your handwritings please neat and tidy. Again, you can see on your screens today's written day, Tuesday, classwork, 30th March 2021. So I hope that you all are doing with me. And now after that, your today's topic, on the first line you will write down stories from Mughal times. One classwork we have done it when we were taking our physical school regularly, and now this is the second one task. Please keep the S of stories capital, because always when we are writing a topic, our first letter should be capital. So here you can see the spellings, also the stories from Mughal times. This is our unit's name. And then you will leave one line, as it looks beautiful when we are doing a neat work. So please leave a line after writing your topic, and then you will write down your today's task, that is answer these questions. Today you have two questions in your written task. So first of all, you will mention your task after writing your topic, leave one line and then write down answer these questions. And here now, our question number one is, who was Jahangir? Oh, it's very easy. It's very simple. And I hope that you all have remembered that who was Jahangir. You can take help from your textbooks, but I hope that you all can do without it. This one question you can answer. You can write down in detail, or you can write down in one or two uh, descriptions that Jahangir was a Mughal king. Obviously, the number you can write down, that at which number he was he became the Mughal king. He was the third Mughal king, or he was the fourth Mughal king. Recently, we have read that he was the fourth Mughal king. So you will write down fourth if you want to write down the number. In your book we have read about the before Jahangir, we have read about only two Mughal kings. Those were Babur and Humayun. We didn't read about the father of Jahangir, who was King Akbar. So uh, don't think that Jahangir was the third Mughal king. He was the fourth one. Akbar is not mentioned in our book. So you can write down that Jahangir was the fourth Mughal king. You can tell about Akbar if you want to tell, yeah, that he was the son of King Akbar, or he was the grandson of King Humayun. This thing you can also mention. Spelling, you can do the phonics and you can write down, as such there are no difficult spellings. King spelling you all knows, and Mughal spellings you can see from your topic also. Still, if you want to take any help, you can take from your mothers, or you can take from the books, that Jahangir was the fourth Mughal king, or he was the son of King Akbar, or he was the grandson of King Humayun. You can write down all these 3 points, or you can write down any two. It's up to you. And I hope that you all are doing it properly. And here we have discussed our question number one. So now let's start discussing our question number two. That is also very easy. You will see now on your screens that we are going to do the question number two. Here now on your screens, here is the question number two, that name a common sport of Mughal times. Oh, it's very, very easy, that you all know that about which one sport we are talking here. We have read it and we have discussed it earlier in the lesson. In the previous lesson, we have also discussed about it. It's the one word answer, but please try to write down the complete sentence. One word answer you will write down, and then you can take your answer from your question in this way, that dash was a common sport of Mughal times, or the common sport from the Mughal times was dash. In dash, you will write down the name of the sport which was common in the Mughal times, and you all know about that. It was also the favorite sport of Queen Noor Jahan. Exactly, that was the hunting. So here now you will write down that the hunting was a common sport of Mughal times. Hunting spelling you all know because they are very easy, or you can do phonics with for that, that her aunt ing, and it's very easy for all of you. I hope that you all are doing your task today. And please, again and again, I am requesting you from you people that kindly keep your handwritings neat and tidy. Again, one time we will discuss our questions. That first of all, we will discuss our question number one. Again, that who was Jahangir? I hope that you all have written now the answer of this one question, that Jahangir was the fourth Mughal king, or he was the son or of King Akbar, or he was the grandson of King Humayun. You can write down these 3 points, so you can write down any two. The both answers will be correct. And then the question number two, we have discussed recently, that name a common sport of Mughal times. It's really, really very easy task that you all have got today. So please do it properly in neat handwritings. When you are writing question number two, please leave a line after the answer of question number one. You can use colors for underlining your topic or for underlining the questions or answers. Keep your work really neat. And here is the answer key for your today's written task. When you have done the work, you can check your spellings or you can check your answer from here. But I'm sure that your answers will be correct because it's a really easy task and you all are very intelligent. I know this thing. So, the answer key for the question number one, that who was Jahangir? And here you can see the answer, that Jahangir was fourth Mughal king. He was the grandson of Emperor Humayun. Instead of emperor, you can use the word king. Both will be correct. And you can also add here that he was the son of king. Exactly, Akbar. That is not mentioned in your book, but as you know all this thing because we have discussed it, so you can mention it in your answer if you want. Akbar spelling Akbar. Those will be the spelling for Akbar, and this is your answer key for the question number one. Again, I am uh, reading it for you, that who was Jahangir is our question today, and the answer is that Jahangir was fourth Mughal king. He was the grandson of Emperor Humayun, or you can add it after this, and he was the son of King Akbar. All these points will be correct here. And the answer key for your question number two, here is our question. As you can see on your screens, that name a common sport of Mughal times. As you can see, that name a common sport of Mughal times. And here is the answer, the one word answer. After that you will complete your sentence, that hunting was a common sport of Mughal times. Hunting spellings you can check from here, but I hope that you all have done it correctly because those are very easy. Hunting, and hunting was the common sport of Mughal times. And question number one and question number two we have discussed. I hope that you have done your written task. Please you keep your handwritings neat. Work should be properly done. Topic should be underlined. Date and day should be properly written. And I hope that you will do it in a very good way. After this one task, if you want to do some drawing, you can draw anything on the plain page uh, with the question number one, where you have started your written task. You can draw anything according to your questions. You can draw a tiger because we have read about the endangered animals, or we are reading about the hunting. You can draw a bow or arrow because in those times these things were used for the hunting. Or you can draw simply a crown for the kings. It's We can say that we are drawing the crown of the Mughal kings. So you can draw anything as your uh, drawing for this one written task. And please label the picture that which thing you are drawing. So here we have done our today's lesson. We have finished it, and I hope that you all have done your questions. Again, one time I'm reading for you that who was Jahangir is our first question. Jahangir was fourth Mughal king, or he was the grandson of Emperor Humayun, or he was the son of King Akbar. All these points will be correct in your answer. The second one question is that name a common sport of Mughal times. And then here you can write down that the hunting was the common sport of Mughal times. And hunting spellings, again I am showing you here that hunting was a common sport of Mughal times, or you can write down the common sport of Mughal times was hunting. I hope that your written task is complete now and you have done it in a proper way. Inshallah, when you will return back to school, I will check it. Take care of yourselves till your next lesson, which we are going to attend inshallah on Friday. In that lesson we will complete a skills book page, so please be ready with your skills book pages and your pencils and erasers. And until then, take care of yourselves, enjoy your time at homes, have a nice time. Allah Hafiz.